What's going on, Raider Nation? This is Raider Riot Gunner, and welcome to another episode of the Raider Critique. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about what happened this last Sunday. Without cussing, without flipping out, without throwing things, and basically kind of tell you how it is. Now, normally I would like to be in here talking about a win, but obviously this last Sunday, we didn't get a win. Heck, man, I can't even call this a loss. We were flat out embarrassed by the New York Jets, 34-3. Now, I think I can point my fingers in a bunch of different directions on why this loss happened, but I think I narrowed it down to two. And everybody's always saying, oh, Raider Gunner's going to sit here and talk mess about the defense. Actually, no. For once, I'm not going to talk mess about the defense. But the first thing I'm going to talk mess about is these wide receivers dropping wide open passes. Cold weather plus wet footballs equal dropped passes. Now, the countless amounts of times that I saw this dude that you're seeing on screen right now drop a pass this last game, I don't even know if I could count it on one hand. Hunter Renfrow, too. I mean, Darren Waller had a few drops himself. I don't have any stats in front of me. I figured that this, if we're going to get flat out embarrassed and basically treated like the has-beens that we were treated like on Sunday, then you guys really, not you per se, but the team doesn't deserve to even have the stats spit out about them. Instead, they need the truth spit out about them. We were out-coached. We were outmatched. We couldn't develop a run game, and our wide receivers couldn't catch the ball. So, normally I would be in here harping about the defense, about how the defense gave up so many points. But how is the defense supposed to do anything and help out at all when the offense only scores 3 points, and that was the opening drive of the game? We literally gave up in the first half. Derek Carr got pulled, which I honestly don't understand why he got pulled, because if we're going to pull Derek Carr, why didn't they just pull every single starter we had and put in all the backups? That would have been a much more logical explanation, because once they went up 20-3, we should have either one, scored a touchdown, or number two, pulled all the starters and let the backups get some playing time and save the starters for next week. We were flat out embarrassed, Raider Nation. Flat out embarrassed. And the defense was trying to keep us in this game, but how can they when they got dudes like this throwing flags at us? Yep, Raider Gunner went there, talking straight about the referees making horrific calls, just like they always do. Now, they did give us one flag at the very beginning of the game on that offensive pass interference, But they just had to make up for that by getting Mo Hurst on a personal foul, roughing the passer while he was helping Max Crosby get a sack. Wasn't even trying to fall on him, but just because he did fall on Darnold just a little bit, he got a flag. Now, the way these referees are, and I know some of you guys done checked me out on Twitter, and I did mention something about this. I retweeted something about this. The referees should be fined. Right off the bat, if you can't do your job, how about you borrow my glasses so you can see exactly what's going on? Because you guys I would rather have the replacement referees back in here. At least they have an excuse to call bad calls. They're replacement refs. You guys don't have an excuse. You don't have an excuse at all. And here you are throwing flags for roughing the passer when it wasn't even roughing the passer. Not to mention, let's not forget about all the other calls that you called or miscalled. You guys are a joke. You are a flat-out joke, and you know that you're paid for by either the home team or by the NFL themselves to throw the flags at the ones who wear the silver and black. You dictate the momentum and the outcome of games, and you shouldn't have that power. Especially when you can't even see. Unbelievable. So in a nutshell, we were embarrassed by the New York Jets. We have the Kansas City Chiefs next week, and if we play at all like we played against the Jets, against the Chiefs, we're going to have the floor wiped with us, buddy. It's a sad but true statement, Raider Nation. I hate to be Mr. Negative, but how can anybody be positive about a loss like that? This is just like when I was talking about what I was talking about at the Hardcore Raider Nation podcast, that I wish that we were like still in the 20s on power rankings, because then maybe this team wouldn't have got such a big head and totally overlooked this game. Because we got whipped, man. We got blasted. We got blasted. No thanks to the referees either. When they took the momentum out of the game, then everybody, offense, defense, everybody decided to quit playing. This team should be ashamed of themselves how they performed on Sunday. Loyal fans like myself and everybody else out here who watches this channel and everybody else beyond. We deserve better. We demand execution. We deserve it. We don't need to be embarrassed like this. 34-3. Y'all shouldn't even show your faces on television for the next week. Our power rankings, hell, we should be very low in the power rankings now with the way we played. And that goes all the way from the quarterback all the way to the defensive backs. Every position. This is quite a humbling, crap-eating experience for us fans, and definitely for all the players on the Raiders. So anyway, this is Raider Riot Gunner Man for the Raider Critique, and this was your post-game review of the Raiders versus the Jets at MetLife Stadium. Hopefully next week I'll have something to be happy about. Like I've always said, man, it's Raider Nation for life. But if you guys are going to play like this, we might as well not even show up to the games.